What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your Maker 2199 bringing you guys a commentary. And initially, this was gonna be a weapon review, but I changed weapons during the match. It's a pretty good match, It was a slow starting match, but it was pretty good, at the end. And I wanted to share it with you guys along with this commentary. So I've been talking about now for the past few weeks on some of the things that I like, some of the goals that I have for my future. Hopefully, and I've said I want to become an entrepreneur and all of this stuff, and hopefully some of you guys will be along for the ride if I continue to do the social media stuff, as I have planned. Hopefully it's not something that I have to give up, because I do enjoy doing all of this, and if you guys are liking my content and want to watch more, haven't seen some of my videos, some of them are actually quite great, I would say myself, and do go through them, like them, sub, it helps me out immensely. And I know you guys, you don't need to be reminded of this all the time, but there are a few, there's a few new YouTubers that come in every once in a while, and they don't know that liking and subbing and all of this stuff helps me out as a YouTuber. So I do appreciate those of you that are liking and all of that, subbing. I really do appreciate it. Thank you all for doing that, and thank you for finding my content entertaining. Hopefully I'll be able to entertain some of you guys here for a good amount of time. And so let's get more into like the commentary aspect of it. So one of the things that I want to address is reading a book, and I'm more than likely going to put this on my like what to expect from college or whatever series I had going on. I usually find that nowadays, with the internet and all of this stuff, a lot of students aren't reading books. I always read all my textbooks and all of that, and I did really well in school. I learned a lot. I never struggled with any of my core classes that I had to do for business, and some of the other ones I got careless on some of them because I didn't care for them. I wasn't gonna use the material or anything like that. I learned quite a lot, and I usually find myself being a lot more, I don't want to say smarter, intelligent, because I don't want to sound like I'm trying to make myself better than others, because I'm not. But I was a little bit smarter, and I understood business a lot better than some of my other fellow, friends from some of my classes and all of that. And the reason that happened is because I read the book. I do a lot of research beyond just school. I've done a lot of other stuff, and that keeps me going, and it keeps me informed. And I push the boundaries because I am really interested in becoming an entrepreneur. That was the reason that I went to school, majored in finance. There's a few hiccups here that I'm taking care of to get my diploma, and I'll tell you guys what happened in case some of you guys run into the same issues. You already know what to do, but unfortunately for me, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know that this was even an issue at first, so I'm trying to get my diploma still. I'm basically done with all of my classes and just waiting for something that I'm trying to take care of. But one of the things that I've noticed is that there's a lot of online websites that cheat. They give you the answers and all of that, but you have to pay to use them. I've never done anything like that, and there's reasons for it. I don't believe in cheating or anything like that. You only cheat yourself, and that is so true. Anything you do in life, if you cheat, you're not cheating the professor, you're not cheating anybody. The professor's already successful, and he's making a really large paycheck. All of these professors have a doctor's degree and make a really good amount of money a year. So you're not cheating anybody but yourself. That's the way anything works. Whatever you do, if you cheat, you're only cheating yourself. And that is so true. I've always found that to be true. Cheaters always get caught, and at the end it's always worse for them. Everything that they worked, it doesn't matter. It's taken away because you don't deserve it. You weren't there because you are great. You're there because you cheated. And I do have a few people that I know that cheated, in school, in classes, and all of that. And that's them. I don't judge them. If that's what they did and they got their diploma, yeah, that you have your diploma. But when we go to the workforce, I don't feel like they're competitors, because some of these people I knew personally, and they were lacking. They didn't understand the concepts or anything of this. Actually, they only did great because, and they look for these sorts of classes, where they can cheat. They don't look for classes where you actually have to put in hard work. And that's one of the things that I want to address in another commentary. You know, hard work goes a long ways. There is no substitution for hard work, you know, and I do feel quite prepared, you know, going out into market right now as I'm actively looking for a job to be able to perform what I need to do, you know, because I did study, I did everything, and I am quite knowledgeable, and I know quite a lot, you know, and some of my professors that I actually got to know like me because of that, you know. I was a good student, you know, to them, and they liked that I was beyond advanced, you know, just the scope of the class and all of that, and they really liked my understanding of the material, you know. I'm not saying that I'm a master or anything like that, you know. I'm still a student, you know, and I think I'll always be a student all my life, no matter the success that I have. But yeah, you know, and how did I achieve this? How did I get to this point? You know, a lot of it has to do with information, you know, and reading, you know, and that's what I want to get you guys to know, you know. Reading is not dead, you know. Reading is super important. That's the way that you get knowledge, and I find that a lot of people get lazy. They don't want to read, you know, they don't want to put in the work to get smart or anything like that, and people just go to school, do the bare minimum to pass classes, get a diploma, but they don't learn a lot because they didn't put in the time to read beyond the scope of class and learn more, you know. So that's part of it, you know. I do read. I don't want to say that I read all the time or anything like that, you know. I play a lot of video games and stuff like that, more than I should, you know, as well. But yeah, I do read, you know, and I do snipe a lot more than I should. I know I say that all the time, but it's so true. And I do read, you know, and do all of this stuff. I find balance, you know. I need to balance things out, and reading is super important, you know. Like people like to say, the more you learn, the more you earn, you know, and it's so true. It really is, and I believe it's gonna help me out in the future, you know. And I've learned quite a lot by reading, and I don't like to spend time with garbage, you know. Reading for fiction, I do read, but I usually like to read to advance myself, you know. I invest in myself. I'm a finance major, and it's all about investing in your time and things that are gonna help you out, you know. And that's what I do. I invest in myself because that's the best investment that you can do. Ask any finance person, you know. Other than time, you know, and having to invest, you know, investing is all about time, you know. You only have a limited amount of time, and you want to make sure that anything that you do, you know, you maximize your time doing whatever you're doing, you know. That's how you maximize everything. And with me, you know, investing in myself, you know, in my human capital, you know, it can only benefit me, you know. It cannot hurt, and that's the best investment that you can have, you know. Ask Warren Buffett or any super successful financial person, and they'll repeat the same thing, you know. And it's so true, you know. It really is, you know. Just keep that in mind, you know. So if you guys are younger and you don't like reading, you know, get into the habit of reading, you know, not for entertainment but for learning purposes, you know, because, you know, a few years down the road you're gonna be thankful that you did, you know. When you have a big check or a big company and all of this, you're gonna be really glad you did make that investment in yourself, you know. So hopefully, I'm hoping that happens to me, you know. This commentary is coming to an end. I'll see you guys on the next one. You know, thank you, sub, like.